Alright, so developers note for May is here. Now, thankfully, May actually has 3 major updates on May 2nd, 16th, and 30th, so we're gonna cover all of those, right? There's quite a lot of information, there's quite a lot of new units, a lot of it is related to guilds, so yeah, let's look into it, right? First off, on May 2nd, which is this week, in 3 days, there will be a new guild rivals added. Now, from the description of it, I don't think this was mentioned in their like whole yearly overview. But yeah, this looks like something like a battlefield sort of thing, but for guilds, right? So yeah, it's a real-time PvP content for the top 16 guilds in the siege battle for each region. Thankfully, we are top 16 because NA server is completely dead. Up to 25 members can participate per guild, and the guild master is able to designate the members to participate in advance. 25 members and more can be designated to participate, but only 25 members can actually participate, yeah? And yeah, this will be happening every 2 weeks. So 1 week there will be some guilds fighting, the other week there will be other guilds fighting, right? But for the same guild you will be fighting once every 2 weeks. And yeah, quite curious to see what it is. There's not a lot of details about it, but they do say that this will happen in the battlefield maps. So I am sort of expecting something similar to Battlefield to actually take place as well. And next up, as they mentioned earlier, the siege battle will be changing to a bi-weekly model as well, right? So 1 week, the fight will consist of 3 guilds on the map, and then the other week, there will only be 2 guilds, so it will essentially be a 1v1 mode. Honestly, I think 1v1 is better overall. Like, I wouldn't mind 1v1 to be left for the whole time. But yeah, there will be changes, we'll see. Maybe if they do see the data that 1v1 is much better, they will permanently change it, but we have what we have. And next up we have a new unit. I actually don't think this unit was released in Sky Arena unless I missed something, but a 5-star unit, Sword Spirit, will be added. So we have a short description of what they do. Fire Knight type is able to remove the target's beneficial effect, grants undercover, will provoke blind, recover HP, and increase defense. Ooh. Strip into provoke and healing plus defense? That's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. That's sort of like... No, wait, no. What a unicorn does have then? That seems just strong, right? But that might be single target as well, right? The Water Warrior type is able to remove the target's beneficial effect, grant freeze, grant frostbite, and explode frostbite on frozen targets in arena. I mean, those explosions in PvP are, apart from like the Dark Beetle, I don't think are great, so we'll see. The Wind Knight type is able to remove the target's beneficial effects. So all of them strip, huh? Remove the target's beneficial effect, decrease crit rate, recover HP, grant immunity, and increase crit resist. Isn't that like better, the Dark Mermaid? Very similar skills to that, it looks like. The Light Archer type. Wait, so many types. Night Warrior? Wait, Fire is Knight, Water is Warrior, Wind is Knight, Light is Archer, and Dark is Assassin. What the fuck? Okay. Light Archer type is able to drain when weak point damage is dealt, including the basic attack. Steal beneficial effects, grant recovery received down. Or, no. Recovery down. Yeah, same thing. Recovery down, unrecoverable, attack up, and continuous recovery. Interesting. Wait, when weak point... Oh, weak point. I hate weak point stuff. Is dealt including the basic attack. Okay. So she will be basically life stealing. I think either the Fire or the Wind Archer does something similar. The Dark Assassin type is able to ignore death denial effects. That is scary. Increase crit damage, grant fear, and remove beneficial effects. Jesus. The monster can also cast Unavailable on itself. What? In the arena siege battle, but removes all beneficial effects from the enemy when defeated. And is able to grant block beneficial effect, Undercoverable, or Unavailable, and deal quite a bit of fixed damage. Did he just really say quite a bit? I don't know, that guy looks pretty strong. Ignores endure stuff, right? Oh, that could be powerful, Okay, apart from that, they are also finally introducing the gear connection system, so it looks like you'll be able to connect one equipment per equipment sold. The target equipment, this is the unfortunate part, the target equipment must have a lower rarity star grade and enhancement level compared to the standard equipment you use for connection, and the equipment enhancement level will become the same when connected. So unfortunately, it looks like, let's say you have a mythic item, right, and you want to soul connect another mythic item, you won't be able to do that, right, because you do need to have a lower rarity and a lower star rate, it looks like. So it might actually be that when you're using, like, you're connecting to a mythic item, it actually has to be like a 5-star garbage legendary item from like Naraka, Foggy or something like that. Otherwise you won't be able to do it, right? So yeah, if it doesn't even work from mythic to 6-star items, that's a bit of a shame, right? But we'll see how it works out, yeah? And of course there's new transmogs, so Desert Queen Joker, that looks wild. That might be a DJ Joker from Sky Arena, right? And the 9-tailed fox will be available from the event. Okay, actually before we move on, can we talk about how sick of a design is that? Like, not the melon part, right? But the actual idea behind the design. Yo! Come on! A snake is actually like dripping sort of like poison into that, right? Oh my, that is such a sick skin. And a few last changes for the updates happening this week. So first of all, they are removing Challenge Arena, right? And they are essentially merging Challenge and World Arena into one, right? It seems like the World Arena test did work out for them, and they will be providing rewards. So don't worry, you will still be getting rewards for both Challenge and World Arena, but they will essentially be the same content now, so you don't have to do them separately. Also, you'll be able to see how many people are being mashed in Battlefield and Raid, and I cannot wait for people to post screenshots of them waiting for half an hour and there's 0 people there. Please keep them coming, yeah? And Elite Raids. So the Elite Raids are the easiest raids, basically. They allowed us quick battle for heroes. Now they are finally gonna allow us quick battles for Elite Raids. It looks like you can select difficulty of them, and they can be easier than they are currently, right? So I'm not sure whether that will mean that there's a ranked boat coming, right? Because look at this. They didn't mention that this is for hero raids. They're still talking about elite raids, right? The HP of the bosses in normal battle and ranked battle will be decreased. So if they introduce ranked battle for the regular raids as well, I just can't be like, you don't have to make everything a ranked battle in PvE. You can leave some content to just be farmed, right? But yeah, it looks like there might be a ranked mode in the regular hero raids as well. Alright, and now May 16th update. So first of all, new light and dark pickup units will be available, right? Light Desert Queen and Dark Dragon Knight. Both of them are insanely strong. Unfortunately, I don't have either of them, so I won't be getting any like free LD units. But yeah, probably like the last pickup event, right? If you have any of these, you will be essentially able to summon a completely free Nat 5 unit. If you don't, you may want to use your skulls on some of these. I wish, like, if I had 200 skulls, I would use it on Ragdoll, right? Unfortunately, I am not buying those skulls, so I have like 10. Maybe I have 10, I don't even know. So unless I get like really unlucky and have to roll 4 dices to complete that dice event, I don't think I'm doing it. But yeah, May 16 looks like very unit related patch, right? There will also be new legendary artifacts for Magic Knights. I don't know, like a lot of Magic Knights are already strong. The problem is units like the Fire and the Wind one, they are assassins and they usually use the, what's it called, like endurance artifact, where you get endure whenever you hit 1 HP. So they better make them super strong, otherwise I think those artifacts will still be the main ones like they were for a lot of the Ravens, right? And there will be skill balancing, and I'm sorry, but this has to be a joke. Is that really all? Charms and boomerang dancers, units that no one ever used since release probably. Fire Monkey King, Dark Phoenix, which was in the last patch, I don't know what you are doing with that. Dark Desert Queen, and that's it. That's it. They really gonna tell me the meta right now is okay. That only these units need to be changed, right? And I am assuming that most of these will be buffs, right? I don't know about the Fire Monkey King, but the other ones are definitely gonna be buffs. And really, is that it? That's a bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. Skill balancing will be adjusted for summoners as well, so there will be all changes to all summoners pretty much. PvP and PvE skills will be buffs for Solera and Heath. Kind of needed, I can understand that. Cleave's tanking ability will also be buffed. Orbia's survivability will be slightly nerfed. What? Okay, sure. The summoners given recovery amount will be decreased overall in the arena and siege battle. And a few last changes, right? So there will be new outfits added, as you can see right here. Effect of vampire runes will be buffed. That's interesting because no one ever uses them. And the effect of dishes and potions will be buffed. Now, dishes, I can see it being needed, right? Potions, like whoever used potions these days? That I am quite excited about, but also a little bit scared of. Because if they make them too OP, that might be a bit ridiculous. But yeah, some of the Transcendence system will be removed. So essentially, like, you are able to level up to 90 without any Transcendence. I see this as a good thing, but it also sucks because a lot of people invested a lot of materials in the farming expedition, right? And just getting those materials back is really, I don't know, like, we still had to farm them and we still had to waste insane amount of energy, so I would rather see energy refunds instead of Transcendence like materials, because what else am I gonna use Transcendence materials at this point, right? But yeah, we will be getting all of the like items, the Transcendence materials that we invested back for the whole system. And lastly, a new season will begin for the Hero Raid and 2 mythic accessories will be added. No news about what accessories, like what bonuses those are, but we will most likely see them by the update note on the May 16th. And now updates for May 30th, right? I think this is the most stacked patch at least. So yeah, the main thing will be the personal hideouts. They are called hideouts, I'm just gonna call them like your personal housing, right? So yeah, it looks like there's some details about it. You start as a 20 by 20 size hideout and you can expand it up to 50 by 50. There will be various resource like buildings, I guess, logging areas, sawmills, mines to produce resources. So I wonder whether that will mean that these resources will be used for this, like housing only, like exclusive housing only unit, or not units, resources, or whether there will be resources that you can actually like use for other crafting materials, like let's say a mine that produces like platinum or gold or something like that, right? So quite curious to see how that works out, right? Because automating some of these would be a cool feature, I feel like. That would definitely like encourage me to craft a lot more items on alchemy, personally, right? But yeah, there will be a game, a personal hideout. You will be able to showcase stuff like your gear, units, runes, all of that, right? I will see more details when they come out. There's a lot more details, a lot more buildings in here. So these are most likely like the source buildings. This looks like the monster center. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. And then a new 5-star monster. A lot of people have been waiting for this, and yeah, it looks honestly pretty cool. But this is the mimic unit. This is the mimic unit that can essentially clone skills of the 2 collabs, so One Punch Man and Advanced Tutorial Tower. Fortunately, you can't use them for Slayer's units yet, but they might add it in the future. They probably don't want to add it yet because the collab is like really fresh and they want to keep the exclusivity of the units. But yeah, a new mimic unit is being added. That's pretty cool. The replay function will be added to Brawl Arena, so I know a lot of people are actually just recording their matches to just review them for later, so the replay function should help with that. That's pretty cool, that's pretty cool. A new season will begin for the World Boss. I mean, every week is a new season for World Boss, but hey, I guess this will be more bigger changes, right? Modification will be made so that you can defeat the boss with a simpler strategy based on tanking, dealing, and healing. So what I'm getting from this is they will most likely buff either the tankiness and the healing like scores, right? Because you get scores for the amount of units that survive, you get scores for the amount of healing that you do. I am a bit worried about this strategy because chaotic race still exists, right? Like imagine you tank, and then you get still wiped by chaotic ray because RNG, and it's much easier to defeat that RNG when you're just killing the boss through damage. So we'll see how that works out, right? But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Some changes to the wish rune function, delete that trash, horrible system, the worst system I've actually ever seen in the game. I still don't know how to use it, and I've tried for like a whole day. No, stop. But yeah, and a little bit of a teaser for later updates. So a new continent. I'm not even gonna pronounce that name because everyone will be making fun of me. Will be added in June and will continue to add convenience improvements. So yeah, continent. I'm always excited about new continents, because there's a lot of potential to AFK farm stuff. Like with the newest continent, you can actually farm 6-star purple runes, which is huge progress if you do decide to AFK on that, right? So this, maybe it will give us the option to farm 6-star legendary runes, which would be sick. But yeah, that's about it for the like May developers note. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll be checking out these new units quite soon. Peace.